Alright. Time to fight this guy. Probably. Though we have backup this time, right? Archer is with us, hopefully, so maybe things will be different. We won't get our stomach blown out again. Tosuka mumbles a word I'm not accustomed to hearing. Even though I don't know what she means, I can feel the giant's dreadfulness all too well. That thing is not human, you don't say. Then, it is one of the beings called servants, just like Saber. Oni-chan. The girl smiles as she says this. That innocence sends a chill down my spine. That girl looks so out of place next to the thing behind her, it feels like I'm dreaming. No, chill is an understatement. Not just my body, but my mind is frozen as well. That thing is a monster. I'm not even staring at it, but its mere presence roots me to the spot. He is very tall. Tosuka glares at the monster above her, clicking her tongue. In her, I see despair, and a spirit to not lose to it. She murmurs this quietly. The knight without form replies to her. So, I guess Archer will be an archer for once, and like, you know, attack from a distance while we hold them off, the three of us. I wonder how we're gonna do that. I don't know if Shiro's gonna be any help. Anyway, he must have nodded to her words. The presence behind Tosuka vanishes instantly. The girl laughs playfully. She curtsies in a manner quite out of place in such a situation. It's all a game to her. Eliasville von Einsbern. Tosuka's body stiffens, apparently recognizing that name. Perhaps she liked Tosuka's reaction as the girl smiles happily, and then... She orders the strange shape behind her, as if she's singing. The massive form flies through the air. In one bound, the thing called Berserker crosses the dozens of meters from the top of the hill. In the moonlight, bullets rain down on the descending giant like shooting stars. I assume Archer? They have extreme accuracy. The silver lights that are shooting through the giant are indeed arrows. No, the word arrow is an understatement. It's like a barrage from a machine gun, and each shot could pierce through rocks. 8 shots of that. It should be able to mow down houses, but... Actually, oh, there should be sound effects, right? I think I accidentally, let's see. Oh, okay, this is, I turned off sound effects, whoops. I did that off stream because I was testing something of like copyright claims and whatnot, because there's like a sound effect that was like accidentally copyrighted. Actually, I want to hear the sounds though. The sounds are really good. Let me just, can I just go here? Okay, I'm gonna go back a little bit because I want to hear the sounds. So skip that. Okay. Yeah, I was wondering why there were no sound effects. I only noticed just then there were supposed to be sound effects. It's because I turned it off. Whoops. I should have double checked. Again, I was testing because it's not the music. Oh yeah, there's a copyright sound. It's not the music, just the sound. Yeah, it was a sound of like wind blowing in like the area, like in the particular episode on YouTube. Not on YouTube, actually on Twitch, on the Twitch VOD. Apparently, it got copyright claimed. So I was testing whether or not it would be claimed on YouTube. As it turns out, it wasn't claimed. Because I think it was only because I left the sound on for too long while I was taking a break. And then somehow the system catched that, and apparently the sound effect itself was copyright claimed. Anyway, I was testing out before. Okay, so yeah. Whoops. Whoopsie doozy. Well, I'm just gonna go back here. Back to the fight. Because the sound effects kind of do make the thing, right? Do make it a better experience, I feel like. So you can actually, I can hear now the actual wind. And little sound effects that happens. Anyway, go back here. Do, 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 do. I guess, I mean, I don't have to do this, but I don't know. I feel like I should. Yeah, the wind has copyright now. We live in a society. It's true. I mean, sound effects can be copyright claimed, right? Because technically people do make that. Or at least, I don't know, it says, I forget what it was called, but like it was some website or company that had it. And I double checked actually, you know, because you know, some copyright claims are like false. Sometimes people just say that, oh, this thing belongs to me, and then they put like a copyright strike, but actually they don't own it at all. But I did double check, and it does belong to a certain site that sells like sound effects. So actually, the copyright claim was like, it was true, like it was as actual copyright. I just want to double check though. And I guess on YouTube, it didn't show up again, so I can only assume that that isn't a big problem as long as I don't just like play the actual sound effect for like 5 minutes, which is what happened when I was on break, right? Usually when I'm on break, I put like a BRB screen and leave the sound effect in the background, and that's why it got claimed. And some of the VOD was muted, which is a bit of annoyance, but that's fine. Anyway, he's Berserker, Bazaka. Oh no. Okay, let me just save. Actually, I should be saving more often, just in case. Well, let's just hope Nasu didn't steal that sound effect. I mean, I don't know how that works. They probably brought the license, right? Right? That's how it usually works. If you make a movie or a video game or any type of media, if you want to use sound effects, if you have easy access to like a library, then that's what you do. You buy it from like a website or something, and then you're allowed to use it, but only for your own stuff, right? You can't. For example, I can't use the sound effects myself, so that's why there's a copyright system in place. But anyway. Alright, yeah, cool sound effects. I do love the sound effects in the Fate Stay Night visual novel. They're kind of cool. They kind of fit the mood, so that's why I wanted to turn back on and go back here. Anyway, let's start this battle proper. And what tipped me off is because usually this would be like Berserker yelling. We didn't hear that last time, so there you go. It's interesting that his yelling is a sound effect and not like a voice. Anyway, they have extreme accuracy. The silver lights that are shooting are indeed arrows. Now, arrows are understatement. They're like a machine gun. Magic machine gun bullets. It has no effect on that giant. Kabam! The two swords clash. The giant sword of Berserker, who came down through a rain of arrows, and the sword of Saber, who ran to his landing spot. The two blades spark on contact. Rawr! The swords clash. Even though she's overpowered by Berserker's attack, Saber does not yield. Silver lights run through the darkness. How much magical energy is in that small body of hers? Even though Saber is obviously weaker, she's proving to be a match against Berserker. Well, that's anime rules, isn't it? You know, because even if the other opponent is like a big mass of muscles, like the other anime character didn't need to be that. You know, they could just be like old regular Joe, like a normal human body type, and they're still like the most powerful character ever in the anime. So. I guess, well, in the lore, you know, obviously it's explained by, you know, magical energy, right? Can compensate for, like, physical strength. Anyway, she blocks, parries, and faces the assault of that giant sword head-on. I must not be the only one who's awed. The master of that giant, and the one standing next to me, Tosaka, are also fascinated by Saber's figure. In response to her voice, a silver light is fired out. The silver light strikes the giant right in his temple. The arrow that came flying through the air is as powerful as a tank shell. How would you know that, by the way? I mean, Shiro's thinking this, right? Does he ever seen a tank shell, like, explode in his face? I don't know. Maybe he's just thinking of, like, the next, like, closest thing possible. How powerful these arrows are. No matter what this giant may be, he has to take some damage from that. Saber slashes with her invisible sword right after the shot connects. But her attack is countered by a huge blow, and Saber is flung away. Saber slides across the asphalt. A black whirlwind runs in pursuit and... more arrows. Silver lights come flashing down to intercept him. Now, Archer is actually acting like an archer. Because from what we've seen from him fighting, he's always have these swords, right? These little, like, weird, like, short swords. We've never actually seen him actually shoot arrows. Ironically. But they have no effect. Oh no. The 3 arrows hit the giant square in his forehead but simply disappear. You have very sharp teeth. The giant does not stop. Saber blocks the giant blade with her own. My scream is meaningless. As Saber blocks Berserker's sword head-on, she is flung away like a ball, and she falls to the ground. Is she dizzy? Saber has her knees on the ground and does not move. The girl's voice echoes. The black giant charges at Saber with brutal speed. Tosaka starts running as she screams. She must intend to help Saber. She runs up the hill while taking out something that looks like a rock. She is using her jewels. If I remember correctly, did she use her jewels before? I can't remember. She's using it now. Tosaka scatters obsidian jewels in the sky. She has a limited resource of them, right? She can't use all of them at once. And numerous silver lights come flying from the heavens. Even with that, Berserker's charge does not stop. Monster. What a monster. I finally understand how absurd he is. That giant isn't just strong. He must be protected by some law of immortality created from abnormal amounts of magical energy. The girl's voice rings out. The giant's sword is swung, and Saber bravely blocks it with her sword and is flung away once again. She flies dozens of meters. Saber flies through the air like a pitcher's fastball and plows into the open terrain off the road. A new home run. She must be dead. Oh no, well, probably not. Once is bad enough, but she can't be okay after receiving such a blow twice. Or maybe so. It'd be quite an interesting twist if she actually died now. Anyway, the black whirlwind moves. The match is already decided, but he's not done yet. The giant called Berserker roars and charges onto the open land. She'll die. Even if Saber is still alive, she'll surely die now. And, as long as I'm here, I'm sure I'll die as well. The one who said that isn't here. Tosuka went after Berserker. She must intend to keep fighting against this monster that is unscathed by all of those attacks. I make a decision. Well, there's 3. So 3 decisions. Stay here, follow them, or do as Tosuka said. Well, for one, I'm staying here. I don't know what we're gonna do by staying here. Just hang out. Just watch the whole thing go down. We can follow them, but I don't know what Shiro would do. Like, I'm here, and then he does nothing because he can't do anything. He's just Shiro at the moment anyway. He didn't learn how to control his magical circus yet. He didn't learn how to use any kind of projection magic, so he's kind of useless at the moment. Or you could do as Tosuka said, which is interesting. It doesn't say like run away probably because Shiro isn't the type of person to run away from this situation, but he would probably follow someone else's order as an instinct. I guess. What happens if we run away? The last time we ran away in this sort of situation, Berserker went after us and murdered us. And I am trying to find out all the bad ends in this route. So, I'm thinking, what happens if we just run away? Just run away. Just go home. Forget all this. Just forget about the Holy Grail War. Let's just go home, go to sleep, and forget all this happened. It was all a dream. Tosuka's right. Saber drew Berserker away from here. Maybe it is the right decision. I don't know. Tosuka is smart, so. Then I should get away from this dangerous place and await Saber's return. Yeah, ironically, the Shiro in the Fate route wouldn't do this. Or he wouldn't just go home, because he would be all obsessed with protecting Saber and all of that. But I guess not in this situation. Actually, I wonder what happens if I just go home. I passed the bridge from Shinto and ran straight home. I never looked back as I ran. I don't know if I was scared of the unknown pursuer or if I felt guilty for leaving Saber behind. Anyway, I desperately ran here. We're just gonna go home, drink some warm milk, and take a nap. The living room is just as I left it. The air has been motionless ever since Lancer attacked and Tosuka came here. I go near the restored window. I find 2 small pieces of glass on the floor that Tosuka must have overlooked. Yeah, interesting. How's that work? I mean, well, it's magic, so can't really explain it through normal logic. I murmur to myself. I don't know why, but I feel like turning the lights on. I hide in the darkness as if to hide my weakness, or I don't feel like turning the lights on. I thought he was gonna turn the lights on, I guess he's not. He's just gonna be a big old coward instead. What I should be thinking about, what I should say. I'm running away from these things. The people that were here until a few hours ago, they're all dead. The people who were by my side until a few minutes ago. I have to ask myself if it was right to leave them behind, but I can't bring myself to get out of the dark. The wall clock points to 3. It's been 30 minutes since then. No matter who won, I'm sure the battle is over now. I should go back. When I raise my head to turn the lights on and cheer myself up... Huh? A sharp pain runs through my left hand. The color is faded from my command spell. Even though the shape is still there, the bright light that proves I am Saber's master has disappeared. I understand instinctively what that means. Saber is dead! I follow my instinct and run out from the darkness. I run outside. I won't make it now. I know I can't make it, but I start to run back. This is a stupid idea, Shiro. Because I'm stabbed in the heart by some unknown thing. Oh, in the heart! I know a guy who stabs people in the heart.
Yeah. Oh,
why is this is weird. Why is it not translated? Weird. I can't hear too well. Oh, maybe it's actually intentional actually, because Shiro can't hear so well. I can't hear too well. I can tell there's someone in front of me, the one who stabbed my heart, but I can't see very clearly. Okay, my Japanese is really bad, but I think he's saying like we're a master, we're like a boring like this is a boring situation, right? Because he just ends up being alone and then he just easily kills us. Again, I assume this is not a glitch and this is intentional. We're not allowed to see this. The one in front of me sneers and tells me I'm stupid. Okay, well, Shiro can translate for us. The one in front of me is laughing that I have no way of surviving without my servant. That's right. Emiya Shiro will be killed the instant Saber is lost. As I don't have a way to protect myself, I have no way to survive without Saber. I didn't realize that, and I secluded myself, became an easy target, and this is the result. It doesn't matter if I'm in the house or if I run away somewhere. My mind starts to fade. I don't care who it is or what I got stabbed by. Well, I mean, for one, you got stabbed by Lancer, and you got stabbed by his lance, Gay Bulg. It doesn't matter if I die today or tomorrow, because the instant my command spell lost its brightness, my life was lost as well. Dead end. No, I was thinking that we would like be pursued by Berserker, but I guess not. Lancer just comes out of nowhere and is like, "Yo, you're dead." Beep. All right, Tiger Dojo time. Yeah. Yeah, escaping doesn't mean much because these servants are like supernatural human beings. So it doesn't matter where you run. If you don't have any like a servant for yourself to protect yourself, they can just come in and kill you anyway. Doesn't matter where you go. Are? Oh yeah, if I remember correctly, didn't they say something the last time when I beat the Fate route? The last bad end I got, they were saying Tiger Dojo would like have a complete makeover, right? Even though it's the same, everything's the same. It's the same dojo. Second arc. And isn't this Rin over here? I think it's behind her anyway. Look, I recognize the twin tails. Or maybe not. Maybe it's just smudges. I don't know. Anyway. There she goes. Yeah, I remember last week there was Saber. Yeah, I remember there was like, you know, a chibi Saber right here. But yeah, I think it is Rin. It's just from the back.
シローが臆病風に吹かれたからです。
A coward.
星は不明なままっす。
Killer's unknown? I mean, you can tell from the voice. But I guess, probably in the original visual novel, there's no like voice actors. You know, there's no voice lines, so you probably won't be able to tell in the original visual novel. But it's still kind of obvious because, like, I get stabbed in the heart. There's really only one guy that stabs people in the heart every single time. It's Mr. Lancer.
屋敷を出た途端、不意打ちで殺されたのよね。今回はアーチャーが健在なんだから、強気でバーサーカーと戦わないと。以前やられた借りを返しちゃいなさい。
ふーん、そううまくいくかしら。
Oh, there are voices in the original version? Even Emiya's voice? Really? Was there? Maybe there was, because I thought a feature of the Real to Nova version was the fact that it had voice lines. I don't know, I can't remember now. I have no idea. Maybe I'm right? Maybe I'm wrong? No? Yes? Who knows?
アーチャーがどこの英雄だろうと、まだ私を倒せるほどの勢力じゃないと思うけどな。
勝負はやってみなくちゃわからないわ。
I mean, yeah, I guess they're telling us to actually go fight. You gotta go fight. Because you have Archer with you now, you have backup, so might as well. But what can Shiro do? I guess we'll find out.
今回はセーバーちゃんルートとは違うんだから。
Yeah, technically it's a little meta, because the Fate route was the Saber route. I guess this route is the Rin route. There are no voices I remember, that's why the sex scenes are not voiced. Yeah, that's what I've heard, you know? That's why, like, if you put on, like, the H patch, whatever, on the Real to Nova version, which I don't have, but since I won't be banned on YouTube, or on Twitch, I know that if you put the H patch, they get it right from the original visual novel, but they don't have voice lines, as far as I know. Yeah, I never played Real to Nova, I guess I played the patched version of the voices, yeah. I'm thinking, yeah, I mean, that's one of the main reasons I'm going through the Real to Nova version, is the fact that they have voices, right? So, that's why I'm playing through this one.
そう、なら結果を見てみましょう。急増のコンビが私相手にどこまで戦えるかどうかをね。
Oh yeah, against her. I always forget. Sometimes, I don't know, it's kind of weird, because sometimes I disconnect myself from the fact that this Ilya is the same Ilya in the story, but I guess, well, not really. He's like the meta version.
本性出し始めたな、この悪魔っ子。ところで、ずっと疑問だったんだけど、聞いていいかな、イリアちゃん。イリアちゃんって、魔術師としてのレベルはどうなの？東坂さんと同じくらい？
私？厳密に言うと、私は魔術師じゃないわ。
Yeah, that's what you told us before, Ilya. In the Fate route? We were in that little playground and she told us that she's technically not a magus. She's a master, but not a magus. I guess... I mean, she's the... If I remember, she's the vessel for the Holy Grail, right? I don't know... Oh, what does that mean? I have no idea.
どっちかっていうとキャスターに近い存在で、生まれてから魔術を習ったんじゃなくて、生まれつき魔術を知ってるの。この違い、わかる？
More like a caster? Well, actually, this is a bit interesting lore. I didn't really know this. I didn't study magic from the time I was born, rather I already knew magic at birth. Huh.
わかるような、わかりたくないような。
She was simply born with magic. I mean, I didn't know that. So,
要するに、イリアちゃん、本当に悪魔？
Akuma? You're actually just a monster?
タイがあったらたまに可愛いこと言うのね。そういう確信つくようなこと言うと殺しちゃうぞ。
Scary.
なんか怖い顔出た！助けて！バビロニアの神よ！
Oh, God of Babylon? Which is interesting you say that because you become a servant, a pseudo-servant in Fate Grand Order, and you appear in the Babylon Singularity.
まったくつまんない話聞くんだから。私が何者かなんてそのうち嫌でもわかるのに。さあ、シローは続き。新しい戦いは始まったばかりよ。 こんなところでつまずいてないで早くセイバーのところに戻ってあげること。
Yeah, Tiger is was it Jaguar? I think in the English version it's Jaguar Warrior, whatever. Jaguar Warrior. I have her actually on my fake grind order. I leveled her up, ascended her to max. Meh. Anyway, let's go back. Go back here. Alright, let's make a different decision. Though we have 3 decisions, obviously we can't run away. I wonder what the difference is between staying here and following them? Will staying here also lead to a bad end because we're not technically doing anything anyway? I assume we have to follow them. Well, let's see. What happens if we just stay here? Like, that's kind of like a neutral option. Will we still be killed? Let's see. I can't move from here. I'm not obedient enough to follow her words. But I can't go after Berserker either. Yeah, you're kind of useless, so what are you gonna do? I'm scared of going up against that monster. But more than that, what can I even... What can I do even if I go? Yeah, that's what I've been saying. I stand by myself in the dark. It's vexing, but I have no way to fight. I can neither help Saber nor fight Berserker. If there's anything I can do, is run to a safe place right now. But there's no safe place, as we've learned now, as we found out. I hear unfamiliar noises from the top of the hill, from the open area that Saber was flung into. If I remember correctly, that's the foreigner's cemetery. Saber and Berserker. Their fight must still be going on. This is my final decision. Oh. Okay. So we just get railroaded into another decision. We head to the graveyard or we don't go? Actually, what happens if we don't go? Do we just go back home again? Do we get the bad end? Let's see, actually, I just double check. I can't be a bird on Saber, can't do anything even if I follow them. Right? Saber got Berserker away from here. She protected me, I can't stay in this dangerous place forever. I'm just gonna double check. I assume we just go back to our home and then we get killed again, right? Yeah, that's what happens. Okay, so... we can't take the neutral option. We have to go or... like, rather need to run away or we just head to where they are. So I guess we'll just get to the graveyard. We're forced to anyway. The battle continues. Saber is fighting to protect me. Then, I should go even if there's nothing I can do. The 2 command spells engraved on my hand. I'm standing here after swearing to fight as a master and shaking hands with Saber. I run, ignoring all hesitation and fear. I'll be killed if I go after them. I suppress my trembling body with force and obstinacy. Obstinacy, and I run up the hill. Alright. Probably a little late though. A little late to the battle. Though I think actually a very similar situation happened before in the Fate route. While, like, if we hesitate, right, and wait, and then go to where the battle is going on, then some things change. I don't know if this will change as well. Let's see. I stop as she grabs my shoulder.
聞こえなかった？このままならセイバーが勝つからおとなしく観戦してなさいって言ったの。まあ、そんなの私が言わなくても読み取れると思うけど。
Well, Rin, I kind of like traveled through alternate dimensions and Saber doesn't win, so you're actually wrong for once. I can't really tell you that though. Anyway, she must have been hiding behind a tree as she calls out to me with a calm voice.
Saber が勝つ?
Against that monster? Saber will win against that giant she couldn't even match until now?
信じられないって顔ね。
I kinda don't.
いいからよく見たら。こんなこと言いたくないけど、あなたのサーバントは真偽ともに最高よ。このまま邪魔が入らなければ、セイバーはバーサーカーを撃退するわ。
Will she? I don't know, I think you're a little overconfident, Rin. Tosaka snorts and hides behind the tree. Ooh, new CG. Clashing swords. Berserker's attacks smash through empty space and only destroy his surroundings. Between the attacks, within the swinging whirlwind, flying claws, and the rain of broken gravestones, Saber rushes in without even dirtying her armor and attacks Berserker. It is a divine work of utmost excellence. My fear has disappeared, seeing this battle that is totally impossible for mere humans. Instead, I am fascinated. If Berserker didn't have his Noble Phantasm, she would have a good chance. Yeah, we know, well, again, because we already went through the Fate route, we know that Berserker's Noble Phantasm is the fact that he has 9 lives. So maybe, yeah, Rin is thinking, yeah, she could beat him. But then as it turns out, that's only 1 life. She can beat her 1 time, not 9 times. Was it 9 times or 8 times? Something like that. He has multiple lives. Like a video game character, you know? I cannot believe I was in this Holy Grail War thing, and I also had some uneasiness. But all that is blown away when I see her. Dancing swords. Within the whirlwind of fatal destruction, the knight challenges the enemy without hesitation. Maybe this scene made me accept everything. No matter what may befall us in the future, I will be able to match even a fierce god if I have Saber with me.
やっぱりね。怪しいとは思ったけど、バーサーカーの剣を受けたのはわざとだったわけか。
Tosaka murmurs without emotion.
それはバーサーカーをここに誘い込むためか。
分かってるじゃない。遮蔽物のない場所であれと戦うのは自殺行為よ。だからこそセイバーは戦場にこの場所を選んだ。それも自然にエミヤ君からバーサーカーを遠ざけながらあくまで追い詰められたふりをしてね。
It seems like, yeah, Shiro's initial hunch was correct. Even though in the end we ended up getting killed, she was trying to do that. She was trying to let Shiro escape. Then, Saber must have determined that this place was a suitable battlefield when we were walking down the hill.
もちろん、こんな戦いになったら援護は期待できない。けど、相手はアーチャーの野菜無効化する怪物だもの。援護なんて初めっから無意味なのよ。
Yeah, or ironically, Archer didn't do much. His arrows doesn't seem to do anything. Tosaka murmurs as she watches the battle between Saber and Berserker. But those words catch my attention. Archer isn't here. If he really is an archer, he should not fight hand to hand, but... That's a lot of vandalism. Who's gonna fix all these gravestones? Tosaka snaps her fingers. Just as she said, Saber's sword must have hit Berserker, or Berserker must have lost his footing. Berserker's body, holding firm until now, loses its balance. The beast lashes out desperately. Saber dodges it by jumping back and holds her sword with both hands. This is it. As his desperate attack was dodged, Berserker loses his balance even more, and Saber bends her knees to charge in with all her power. Right then...
アーチャー、離れろってどういうこと？
I noticed Tosaka's confused voice and then sensed an intent to kill aim from a faraway place. Well, there he is. There he is! A guy with like an actual bow. Behind me, I see the knight in red standing on a rooftop hundreds of meters away, readying his bow. Oh, do you actually see him, Shiro? I mean, if I remember correctly, Shiro does have like magic to like enhance his eyes to see really far away places. So maybe so? Or maybe not, I can't remember. Did he do that? I think he did. I think, yeah, when he saw like Ren on top of a rooftop, that's exactly what he did. He does have some like utility magic where he can see people from far away. Reminder that Kotomine pays for all the damages the Holy Grail War causes. Oh, okay. Well, like initially, I would be like, I'd be like, poor Kotomine, he would need to pay for everything. But then again, he tried to murder all of humanity, so maybe I don't feel sorry for him. It's either a nausea or a chill. He's readying a bow. A bow that's not any different from before. You cannot even scratch Berserker, even with a direct hit. So there's no need to feel any threat from it. Unless he does something like more powerful than just an arrow, I don't know. I feel a chill. What he's readying in his bow is not an arrow, but something completely different. And his intent to kill isn't just directed at Berserker. Say! I act instantly. When I notice, I'm yelling at the top of my lungs.
Master?
Saber slows down as she hears my voice. But that's not enough. She won't make it if she only slows down. I reach out to her with my hand. All you're doing is running towards Saber? She must have understood me as she turns her back to Berserker and jumps away with all her might. Right after her retreat, E shoots the arrow. Saber jumps back like a spark, and Berserker tries to pursue Saber. Archer's arrow is fired right between them. Archer's arrows have not had any effect so far. The black giant ignores it, as if saying it's not worth blocking. But at that moment, the black giant turns his back to us and attacks the arrow coming at him with all his might. In that instant, all sound is lost. It's not because of me turning down the sound effects volume. I throw myself on top of Saber and brace myself. Maybe I've gone deaf, as I can't hear anything. All I can feel is the heat burning my skin and the shaking of the ground. Many things go flying through the air, and a piece of something pierces my back. Ouch. I grip my teeth and endure it. The blinding light must have only lasted for an instant. I managed to survive the destruction. Apparently, Archer didn't just shoot an arrow, he shot like an artillery. Saber is staring in astonishment. What did you hit us? What did you hit us, Archer? Well, I guess that's why he warned Rin in the first place. I'm doing the same as well. I don't know what happened. Archer's arrow razed this cemetery in an instant. There's a crater at the center of the explosion. Archer has created this destruction. But the giant still exists in spite of such abolition? Abolition? Abolition. Rank A Noble Phantasm. I guess that was Archer's Noble Phantasm, I can only assume from Saber's words. Saber's voice is weak. Sparks are flying through the night air. The black giant is standing still in the fire, and everybody here watches this terrible spectacle without words. The crackling of the flames is the only sound present. Right when I start to think that this might turn into a big fire, something rose towards me with a noise. A sword? No, it is an arrow. An arrow with a gorgeous hilt and a spiral blade. Even if it is a sword, it's an arrow if it's used as a projectile. Is that the case? Just use swords as arrows. I don't know why it catches my attention so much. The arrow broken by Berserker disappears as if melting into the fire. I guess, yeah, that's the thing that Archer shot from his bow. A literal sword. Which actually reminds me of Dark Souls, because in Dark Souls there's like a great bow you can get, and you can actually shoot like giant big ass arrows similar to that. Anyway, it fades away like candy melting under heat. It makes me feel like vomiting for some reason. What, you don't like that sword for whatever reason, Shiro?
今のはアーチャーの嫌だ。それ以外はわからない。
I raise my head to look at the distant archer. I shouldn't be able to see him. But I do. Oh, okay. That's weird. Because again, I thought he saw him because he used his like little eye enhancement to see faraway distances. But he's saying he shouldn't be able to see him? Weird. He's smiling. He's smiling as if to tell me that he wasn't aiming just at Berserker. Huh. I feel a headache. The chill running down my back won't go away. My spine is burning like it does when I fail to create the magic circuit.
ふーん、見直したわ、リン。やるじゃない、あなたのアーチャー。
The girl's cheerful voice echoes through the air.
いいわ、戻りなさい、バーサーカー。つまらないことは初めに済まそうと思ったけど、少し予定が変わったわ。
I mean, we kind of already know this again. We probably did like take out one of Berserker's lives, or at least Archer did, but... Oh, well, okay, actually, now that I think about it, this kind of just sparked in my mind. The reason that Saber was killed wasn't because of Berserker. It was probably because of Archer. He killed Saber with Berserker. That's probably what happened. And that's probably why Archer was smiling back there. His intention wasn't just to save Saber. In fact, it was to kill Saber at the same time. Two birds with one stone. Oh, that's interesting. Huh. I kinda actually didn't know this before. Huh. What an asshole. The giant starts to retreat from the fire. Because this doesn't... I mean, again, this is a little bit spoily. But in the anime, this really isn't explained, right? We don't know about the bad ends in the anime. But now that I think about it, this is actually, yeah, because we know about the bad end. This is why Archer was smiling back there, because he was trying to kill all of us. Well, at least not Rin, because he warned Rin, but everyone else, he tried to kill everyone else. And, indirectly, he probably caused our death as well, because he killed Saber. Man, what an asshole. I mean, it makes sense. If you want to win the Holy Grail War, that's what you do. But it's a little opportunistic. I don't know.
気が変わったの。セイバーはいらないけど、あなたのアーチャーには興味が湧いたわ。
Yeah, it would be...
もうしばらくは生かしておいてあげ
It
る。
will be an easy way to get rid of Saber, and Saber is technically the strongest servant in this Holy Grail War. At least that's what we've been told. As we've learned that Saber, well, because of Shiro's situation, she's technically not at her best, right? Because Shiro can't give magical energy to Saber as as easily as other masters. But technically, like, Saber's supposed to be like the strongest servant. So if he got rid of her right from the beginning, it would make the Holy Grail War a lot easier for Rin to win. So it's like, but still. And I guess we're not technically allies, but still. Even Rin would agree? Maybe she told Archer to do it? I don't know. Would Rin agree to that? I'm thinking... Yeah, we're technically enemies, but I think Rin would have like a sense of honor, right? She would prefer to go one-on-one, at least if it's against Saber, She would prefer something honorable. She would not like have Archer do like a surprise attack, at least against while she was distracted, I think Rin would at least have some sort of honor. If it's like an opponent like, I don't know. But then again, if I remember correctly, she did like do an ambush, you know, against Berserker in the beginning, or rather in the Fate route. I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know all the motives of these characters. So we'll see for now. Like, I wonder, would have Rin known about Archer's like intentions? You know, later on, would she know about this? Or would she not? I don't know, let's see. Yeah, even if Rin didn't agree, Archer was still... I mean, Archer, I assume, was acting on his own accord. Yeah, he is like, you know, a smug... He's one smug bastard. He probably would do anything on his own. And Rin would, like, you know, whether or not she would be... I assume, like, Rin would be pretty angry, actually. Right? Again, because I think she said, like, she wanted, like, a fair battle, you know? In some cases. Rin, did she use a command spell? Did she use I don't know. I don't know. Well, let's see. Anyway. Enough, like, speculation. Let's continue. The giant disappears. The girl giggles. Saying this, she goes away. The unexpected disaster leaves. Tosuka must not intend to follow that girl in spite of what she said. Even I can tell that the girl let us go. So I don't think Tosuka will go and seek out such a reckless fight. Yeah, I guess we're not completely useless after all. We did something.
Master.
What's wrong with me? Yeah, he's feeling sick for some reason. Even though I'm not wounded, I feel sick, and my consciousness is...
Emiya-kun? Nani? Kao ga massao janai, anata. Master. Shiro.
My knees buckle. My vision goes white. I feel someone support me as I start to fall. But the feeling fades as all my senses go away. What's left is this throbbing within me. What's irritating me? But what am I so concerned about? In the prologue, she used a command spell to force obedience from Archer. I don't know. I feel like, if I remember correctly, yeah, he did say, like, the actual command spell, because when Rin, in the very beginning, he said, "You must follow all my orders," or whatever, I can't remember what exactly she said, and then she used a command spell. But the problem was that that kind of command was very broad, you know? So, like, Archer can still technically do whatever he wants, it's just that he still feels like going, I don't know, then again, if I remember correctly, he said that even though the command spell was a pretty broad order, he did say that Rin's magical ability was still strong enough to compel him to follow Rin's order. So I don't know. Let's see. Oh, hello, Sin Devil. Pour this game to the web for fun. What's irritating? What am I so concerned about? Well, what do you mean by pouring this game to the web? Pour this game. You mean to the PC? Or Sin... Oh, sorry. I said Sin... Did I say Sin Devil? It's Sin Dev I Love Pie, I guess. Let's call me Pie? Okay, I'll call you Pie. Hello, Pie. I'm about to fall unconscious, but my head continues to throb. Because I'm thinking... Okay, to go back a little bit of a speculation again. Oh! Anime! Fate Stay Night. Yeah. So yeah, this is the Ryota Nova version. Yeah, originally it was on the visual novel was on PC. The Ryota Nova version was I think. Well, how did this start again? I can't remember. I said this in the very beginning, but like Ryota Nova was either on like the PS2, I believe, PS2 or PSP or something like that. But it was all Japanese actually. Like all the translations were Japanese, or rather, the original like language was Japanese. And then it was ported on PC. Then some fans came in and put a patch. So now we have the translation version. And then you were saying, Pen was saying how this had the original animation style. I believe I can't remember, but yeah, there was like a patch that changed the openings into like the openings made by UFO Table, I believe. Or how do you say that? How do you say that animation studio? You know, the guys that made the anime, basically the good animes. UFO Table or UFO Table or UFO Table, something like that. Yeah, usually, yeah, the guys who made the anime also made some openings. I believe for the PS Vita version or something like that. The ported versions, anyway. But I don't have that patch, so I just have the original openings, right? Oh, where are we? There's lots of blades. It's like my background on the sides. It's a landscape I've never seen before. The fiery sky above. An infinite number of swords at my feet. Are they traces of war? Oh, FYI, those aren't the original openings? Okay, well, it's openings we have because that's all we have. The world is inorganic and there are no living things. Now, those are the Ryota Nova openings? Okay. Actually, I don't know how it works, because I remember there is a patch that changes the openings to something else. Maybe it wasn't the Ryota Nova versions? Well, I wouldn't know, because this is this is technically, I know the animes, I watched the animes before, but this is technically my first time going through the visual novels. So, again, not really sure what's new and what's replaced and what's patched. Not entirely sure. I just know that there's no H scenes at the very least.